Now we'll see IPMT function. See, in the last topic we saw PMT function, which is a payment function. So for a loan, if we make a payment, it consists of two parts. One is the interest part, which is given by this IPMT function, and next we are going to see is PPMT function, which gives the principal part. So the total payment consists of interest plus principal. So let's see IPMT function. This function returns the interest payment for a particular payment of an investment or a loan with regular payments and fixed interest rate. The syntax is similar to all the functions what we saw earlier. So syntax is IPMT, then we have rate, PER, NPER and PV. So 4 are the required arguments. Then we have FV and type, which are optional arguments. So let's see each argument. Here is rate. Rate is required argument, and this is the interest rate per period. It is important to be specific about the payment period here. So which we already saw, if the interest rate is 10% and payments are made annually, then the rate should be 10% or 0.10, and if it is monthly payment, then we need to divide by 12. Then PER is also required, and this is the period for which we wish to calculate the interest, and this is a payment number, and this is important now. If payments are monthly on a 5-year investment, the PER value will be somewhere between 1 and 60, because 1 month and 60 months for 5-year period. Now suppose if you want to calculate interest for the first month of 3rd year, okay, the value will be 25, because for first year it is 12 months, again for second year it is another 12 months, meaning 24 months, and first month of the 3rd year means 24 plus 1 month, which is 25. Then NPER is also required argument. This is total number of payments for the investment. The periods for this argument should be same as those used in the rate argument. Then FV is optional argument. This is the future value of investment after all payments have been made. Okay. If a value is not entered for FV argument, it is treated as 0. For example, in case of a loan, we are interested in paying off a loan in full, so that the final or future value is 0. Then we have type argument, which is optional. This is the number 0 or 1 and indicates when payments are due. If omitted, it is assumed to be 0. So it is 0 if payments are due at the end of period. It is 1 if the payments are due at the beginning of period. Also, we need to remember to use positive numbers for inflows, that is any amounts received, and negative numbers for outflows, that is any paid amounts. So let's take an example here. Now we need to calculate how much interest a borrower would owe in the first month of the 3rd year. Okay, so we want to calculate in the first month of a 3rd year. Okay, for a 5-year 10,000 loan, if the rate of interest is 8% per annum and payments are due at the end of each month. Okay, so let's start putting the data here. Okay, rate of interest is 8%. Then we have period. Now period here is first month of 3rd year, means it is 25. Then number of payments. So it's a 5-year period. So number of payments is 5 years, means 5 times 60. Sorry, 5 times 12. That is 6. We have the present value of 10,000 loan we are taking. So it is positive 10,000. Okay. Future value will be 0 because we want to pay off the loan, and payment type is due at end of each month. End of each month means it is 0. So let's put our function here equal to IPMT, and then we want rate of 8% divided by 12 because of monthly payments. Then PER is 25. Then we have NPER is 60. Then then we have PV is 10,000. Then we have FV 0 and period payment type is also 0. So we'll close the parenthesis, and here we got the value that we need to pay 43.14 for this loan per month.